Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is September 30th, 2021. So, TMZ broke this news today that the person, Luis Alfredo Rivas Clays, was shot and killed in the Dominican Republic. This guy is supposed to be one of the suspects involved in the shooting of the baseball player David Ortiz, who was shot back in 2019. Notice this tweet by a person named Natalie Pozo. She wrote, "Police in the Dominican Republic confirmed that Luis Alfredo Rivas Clays, known as the Surgeon, was shot and killed Sunday by unknown suspects in the DR. He was the only suspects police department was still searching for in the 2019 shooting of Red Sox legend David Ortiz." And they're saying that they killed him on Sunday on September 26th. Before I get into the ritual of this man's death, I want to remind people what happened to David Ortiz back in 2019. So if you guys go to Wikipedia and just search the shooting of David Ortiz, this article is going to come up. And just notice what it says. On the evening of June 9th, 2019, Dominican-American retired professional baseball player David Ortiz, formerly of the Boston Red Sox and Minnesota Twins, was shot and severely wounded while at a bar in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Ortiz survived and he received emergency medical treatment, while an investigation quickly resulted in the arrest of several suspects in the attack. The suspected shooter was identified as Rolfi Ferreira Cruz. It was quickly reported that the attack was a paid hit job. On June 19th, the Dominican Attorney General announced that Ortiz was shot by mistake, with another person named Sixto David Fernandez being the intended target of the shooting. Accounts of the event changed over time, leading to doubts about the truthfulness of the official account. So that's what happened to David Ortiz. Now I also want to read about, I want to read the details of the actual shooting. And I just want you guys to pay attention to the numbers and the times that they reported that this supposed to be happening. So notice what it says here, where it's the paragraph that says shooting. Security camera footage revealed that on June 9th, 2019, at approximately 5:40 p.m., 5:40 like 54, a baseball number, right? Jesuit orders also 54. One of the suspects involved in the shooting, Alberto Miguel Rodriguez Mota, arrived at the Dial Bar and Lounge in East Santo Domingo. Rodriguez Mota waited for several hours for the arrival of the intended target of the attack, Sixto David Fernandez, a friend of David Ortiz. After Fernandez arrived and sat down at his usual table, Rodriguez Mota took a picture of him. But the picture was blurry and the black pants being worn by Fernandez were obscured by a white object in the bar. Rodriguez Mota texted the picture to Jose Eduardo Cyprian, an inmate at 15 de Oswald Prison. Cyprian then texted the picture to another suspect, Gabriel Alexander Perez Vizcayano, who showed the picture to several other suspects in a meeting at a gas station. In the interim, however, Ortiz had arrived at the bar wearing white pants and wearing a patterned shirt, similar to that being worn by Fernandez, and sat next to Fernandez at the same table. Just prior to the incident, security cameras footage showed two men on a motorcycle allegedly planning the attack with a man in a car near the bar where the shooting took place. At approximately 8:50 p.m., like how Boston is 85 and Red Sox is 85, Ortiz was ambushed by a man who got off a motorcycle, saw Ortiz wearing white pants, and shot him with a single bullet in the back. Joel Lopez, a Dominican TV host who was with Ortiz, was also wounded in the leg during the shooting. You see these times that they report, 5:40 and then at 8:50. Okay, so that's what happened on June 9th, 2019. I remember the story because in my other channel, before it got deleted, I made a video showing the ritual and how this stuff was all connected to the Boston Red Sox. So on Sunday, one of the suspects, and keep in mind that supposedly there was 9 suspects. 9, like how baseball is a game of 9. This guy here, he wasn't the shooter, but he was one of the other 8 people involved in the alleged attack, right? So let's see if I can find the names of the 9 suspects. Okay, so here it is. So according to Wikipedia, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people was involved in the shooting of David Ortiz. But the actual shooter was this man here, Rolfi Ferreira Cruz. All the other people was people who planned it, drivers, etc. Again, baseball is the game of 9. MLB in Gematria equals 9. This is a big baseball ritual. The day that this happened on June 9th, 2019, that was a day with 54 and 27 numerology, like how baseball equals 54 and 27. So look, the official date that this happened was June 9th. Right, the Jesuit order in the most pure cipher equals 69. The day that this happened can be written 69. The person here, this is the shooter. This is the person that's supposed to be shot, David Ortiz. His name is Rolfi Cruz. He has the same gematria as David Ortiz. His name is 128 and 56. And again, 56, we talk about that number every day. The Society of Jesus equals 56. But David Ortiz was born November 18th, 1975. This happened a couple of years ago. And it actually happened 162 days before David Ortiz's birthday that year. He was born November 18th. He got shot on June 9th. And 162, that's a massive baseball number because baseball is 162. There's 162 games during the regular season. Major League Baseball is also 162. So what are the odds that a baseball player, he ends up getting shot 162 days before his birthday? Isn't it obvious what this is? And then the guy who shot him, his name connects to his name. The person that got killed today is it's this guy here. His nickname is El Cirujano, which is Spanish for the surgeon. And his name has the same gematria as Major League. El Cirujano is also 162 as well. And from the day that this person got killed, the suspect, on September 26th, he got killed 54 days before David Ortiz's upcoming birthday for another 54. Right? So not only did this happen supposedly at 5:40 p.m., but one of the suspects who gets shot and killed over the weekend, he gets killed 54 days before David Ortiz's birthday. And notice, Jesuit order is 54, baseball is 54, MLB is 54. There's 54 outs in a complete game. Each team has to get 27 outs. 27 plus 27 is 54. The day of the shooting, June 9th, that was also a day with 34 numerology, and that's the number that David Ortiz wore as a player. His surname, Ortiz, is also 34. So think about his jersey having the number 34 in the back and then his surname on top of the number. And that's just the way they show you guys gematria. The guy wears number 34 and his surname is 34. And just do a Google search for his jersey number. You're going to see it. But if you don't understand gematria and know how this stuff works, then you're not going to understand why these people wear these numbers that they wear. And this is not exclusive to David Ortiz. A lot of baseball players wear the gematria of their name on their back. Ortiz, name something 34. I made a lot of money. I remember when this first happened, we made a lot of money on baseball because the riddle with the Boston Red Sox, it was all running through David Ortiz that year. The day that he got shot, notice the Boston Red Sox, they lost to the Tampa Bay Rays 6-1. In gematria, David Ortiz equals 61, just like Jesus, just like church. The Red Sox stayed on 34 wins that day. Again, Ortiz is 34. He wore the number 34. His name, David Ortiz, is also 61, like the score of the game, right? The next day, the Boston Red Sox played the Texas Rangers. And they lost 3-4. And then stayed again. Again, they stayed on 34 wins as well. But notice the Rangers away record. They improved to 11-18 away. Like how David Ortiz was born on 11-18. And this game here, we made a lot of money in this game because the Rangers were big underdogs this game. I remember this like it was yesterday. The day after this game, that was the day that David Ortiz supposedly got surgery. So all the headlines was talking about David Ortiz is going into surgery for the 2 bullet wounds that he has on his back. The day after that, the Boston Red Sox lost again and became 34-34 for the season. See that? The day the guy gets surgery. This is the guy that got shot on the day with 34 numerology, whose surname is 34, who wore the number 34 as a player. This stuff is easy. And then when you understand the code, you're going to be able to make money off of it. Because, okay, so here's a big-time Boston Red Sox player. He just got supposed to be shot in the Dominican Republic. His team is, has 34 wins at the time of his shooting, coincidentally. And then they lose 2 games in a row and then fall to 34-34 for the season. On the day that he gets surgery. The sad part about all this is, like, I don't know if these people are really dying. Or, like, are they really killing these people? Because if they are, I mean, this stuff is sick. Because not only is the shooting of David Ortiz a hoax, I mean, this stuff is clear as day that it's by the numbers. But if it's a hoax, that means these people were not responsible for that. So are they really being killed? That's the question. Are they being killed for something that they didn't do? It's obvious that they're not the ones behind this. They're not the ones scripting all this stuff like this. Orchestrating this stuff 162 days before David Ortiz's birthday. I mean, that's the real sick part about all this. Are these people who are they calling suspects in this case, are they really being killed for something that they had no part of? Just crazy. Well, we'll never really know the answer to that question. But there is a lot of things that we do know. How to detect a hoax using Gematria. And again, 9 suspects. MLB is 9, a game of 9. This stuff is clear as day what happened on this day. Another ritual by the Jesuit order on 6/9. And then look at the surveillance. It's always like so blurry. You can't see anything. You can't identify anybody. In 2019, where everybody has an iPhone, what is the point of having surveillance in your business? What's the point of it if this is what you're going to get out of the cameras? You might as well not have any cameras installed. What is the point? If you're going to use the footage, okay, let's say a shooting happened outside of your bar and you're the owner. Now you have to go to the surveillance to see what really happened. And then this is the footage that you get? You should throw those cameras away. What's the point of having them? I can't make out anybody that's here. Look, this guy here says, okay, the TMZ is telling us that that's the shooter. I mean, can we make out if he's even holding a gun? Can we see that? No. They're saying that this is David Ortiz. I mean, where's David Ortiz at? We just have to assume that TMZ is telling us the truth. I don't see David Ortiz anywhere. See what I mean? So it's just like, what's the point of having cameras? And the reason they do this is because this stuff is a hoax. They want to make it as blurry as possible so that people can't make out what really happened that day. You just have to assume that TMZ is telling us the truth. TMZ. And you know how David Ortiz is 56? On Sunday, September 26th, the day that the suspect was killed, that was a day with 56 in numerology. the surgeon. So this was the headline today. David Ortiz shooting, suspect killed in Dominican Republic. Now the question is, did he really get killed? That's the real question. Because we know David Ortiz did not get shot. We know that for a fact. So I'll leave it there. Rest in peace to the surgeon. And shame on David Ortiz for doing this, participating in these hoaxes. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. But I'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for joining us. And I'll see you guys later.